What are the most popular non-alcoholic pairing alternatives for cigars? Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, share to make this channel grow. If you are somebody that does not indulge in alcohol at all, whether it is for faith, religious reasons, or personal reasons, but they do smoke cigars, there are other alternatives besides alcohol. And for me personally, even though I do enjoy the odd whiskey now and then, when it comes to cigars, my favorite pairing normally is non-alcoholic. Now, the most common and one of the best pairings for cigars is, you've guessed it, it is a good cup of coffee. A good cup of coffee, and you can have it anyway. You can have it with milk or without milk, with sugar or without sugar. Having a nice coffee with your cigar is always a good choice. It just complements a cigar so perfectly, regardless of the strength of your cigar. However, the stronger the cigar, the stronger the coffee. The milder the cigar, the milder the coffee. As an alternative, if you don't drink coffee, having a good cup of tea is just as good to enjoy with your cigar. Now, that is number one, coffee. I'm only going to mention three. So the first one is coffee. The second one is fizzy drinks or soda. So a normal Coke or a Fanta or a Coke Zero or a Diet Coke, perfect to enjoy with a cigar because of the sugar. It just offsets that nicotine and it is enjoyable, especially during summer. However, depending on your flavor, the sweetness of soda can sometimes offset the flavor that you're trying to get out of your cigar. So for example, if you have a cream soda or you have a iron brew or a soda ginger beer, okay, which are now the alternatives to Coke, they carry a lot of flavor, and then sometimes even Coke itself would not always work with a very mild cigar, maybe medium to full, perfect. Now, even if you do have all of this, and as I mentioned before, even with a coffee, it is important to do your meals and to have your meals before enjoying a cigar. Do not ever, my dear brothers and sisters, smoke a cigar on an empty stomach. It's going to make you sick, it's going to make you queasy, and it's not going to be nice, and it's going to be quite off-putting. Okay? Luckily for me, I've learned this lesson very, very early, and now on, I tend to rather have cigars immediately after a meal, never before a meal, and somehow never especially before breakfast. It's normally a late afternoon, or for the earliest after lunch or after dinner. Now, if you are somebody that wants to preserve your palate, to get all the nice flavors and aromas of your cigar on your palate, the best thing that you can do to hydrate and also as a palate cleanser is water, especially sparkling water. Now, many people, they will say, oh no, they don't like sparkling water, they hate the taste of sparkling water. Well, of course, do still. But however, as a palate cleanser, to prepare your palate to get all the flavors of a cigar, we would always suggest sparkling water, and a good sparkling water. I am from Cape Town. We live in the Western Cape. We have some of the best mountain sparkling waters in the world, rated number one, some of the best. And for me personally, I love to have my sparkling water ice cold with my cigar. And sometimes I would even have a bourbon, which is my whiskey of choice. I would have my bourbon. I would drink my bourbon neat in a whiskey tasting glass. And then in between, I still have my sparkling water to clean my palate between the whiskey and the cigar. Okay, so water is always your friend, whether you enjoy alcohol or whether you don't. Okay, so those are the three. As I mentioned, it is either coffee or tea, it is soda, or it is water. Those are your best pairings with your cigar. Anyway, have a good day. Chat soon. Bye-bye.